Previously on Southend United Road to Glory career mode. There was plenty of cup action in the previous episode with us playing a round of 16 fixture in the FA Cup and winning it, but sadly losing a Capital One Cup final to Chelsea. If you could swap the wins around, you probably would. Unfortunately, that is all in the past. We also did a J-Bucks Medal monthly update for February, letting you know where we're at in the current race for the J-Bucks Medal. We also played a few games in the Championship and got some pretty good results. So that's what happened last time, and let the glory continue. Hey guys, how's it going? Masterbucks here, and welcome to episode 16 of the Southampton Road to Glory, and Southampton, fuck. Oh well, Southend, doesn't matter. I should be over it by now. I mean, come on, it's been finished for a month, for crying out loud. I knew I shouldn't have done two career modes at the same time with the first fucking two syllables. No, one syllable, whatever. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I'm just going to really quickly mention, guys, that before we get onto the gameplay, I'm going to talk about two things. One is current, well, they're both current events. One is something that you should all know about, at least if you own a television or are remotely aware of the sport of cricket. And the other one is something that just happened to me. I got home. No, not actually. This happened yesterday. I got home. I really quickly went onto the computer so I could chop together the next episode of, you know what I'm trying to say. So I could put together the next episode of the Southend Road to Glory. And I was doing the thing, blah, blah, blah. I was shutting off my computer, and then it turned out that there were updates to install. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave that. And then my brother walks in, and I don't know what the fuck is going through his head, but like midway through updating the install, and it says in big fucking white letters in a behind a blue background, do not, please do not, please. It actually said please. So it's begging my brother not to fucking do this. I'm making it sound like I'm the one that did it, but I swear to God I'm not. But I will say, however, before I get back to the story, that despite Carl Davis's terrific goalkeeping and just sensational, yeah, he just did a tremendous job goalkeeping. He unfortunately that time was beaten by a ridiculous volley, and he was totally out of the net after coming out well and confidently and punching the ball and doing the right thing. But yeah, unfortunately, what can you do? And yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go back. So we're now down 1 goal versus Leeds with not a lot of time left, but still a little bit of time left, hopefully, for a resurgence. Lucas Lima back to Marzinho, the substitute, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I slid tackled. I thought he was going to have a shot. He didn't. He ended up passing it instead, took him out at the legs. McCormack got the penalty, and that is not the dagger this time. Davis, who was having a absolutely nuts game, a ridiculous game, put out the save, but unfortunately we couldn't make the most of it and get a goal of our own, unfortunately. So we lose that game 1-0. Too bad, but here are the votes. I gave 1 vote to Ben Eccleston. He played well. I gave 2 votes to Nathan Arquet. He also played well. And I gave 3 votes. And let's face it, it would be absolutely ridiculous if I didn't give it to Carl Davis. And so I did. But anyway, guys, going back to the story, and I'll try to keep it quick this time. So pretty much, updates are running. My brother walks in the room, and I don't know if he's just a complete and utter retard. Probably. That's probably the reason. But I mean, he just like walks in, and then all of a sudden just holds down my computer at the power source button and just shuts it off midway through doing updates. And we conceded there, obviously, as you can tell by McCann, so that's not very good. But anyway, this was a fucking hell of a lot worse, because I come back and I look and I just saw him do it, and I'm just like, are you dumb, fam? And it's just that's all I could think of. But Barcroft had the cross in, had a second attempt, and unfortunately no good. I occasionally look back to the gameplay, even though I'm telling a story, but. Yeah, I mean, so he just comes in, he shuts off I have no idea what's going through his head. I don't know what he thought, but he just did it. And then I was a little bit worried. I didn't check to see immediately if something had gone wrong, if it was not working anymore, or if something had fucked up. So I pretty much just left it for a little bit, and a couple of hours later, I came back. We conceded there, unfortunately, again, so that's not good after. I tried to slide tackle to stop a shot, but it ended up turning out that I was going to get possession, so we ended up booting the ball out for a bloody corner, which ended up going to a bloody leading to a goal, which was no good. But have a look at this, with numbers going forward. Bonnie Perty takes it upon himself and puts it in the net right from halftime, or coming back from halftime, so that's not too bad. And have a look at this, we've just scored a goal. They boot it forward in a Stanley house or whatever, but Palois does a beautiful job. And Muru with a sensational move past Trippier, and now he's on the move, Muru. He's got support in the middle. He's got 2 on him, whips in across into Barcroft, and this time the header sticks and hits the back of the net, and we just got an equaliser. Very nice, but Vokes back into McCann. Who's on him? Oh, Gandolfi. Oh, no. And we conceded just like that. Oh, well, but still. I'm going to keep, this time, This time, I promise, I'm not going to commentate. Even though that this chain of possession, I'm just going to say really quickly, pay attention to this clip. I mean, you should do it, trust me. But anyway, yeah. So he shut it down, and a couple of hours later, I come back in, and I'm like, okay, let's see if there's anything wrong with this. And look at that, with a chance to win the game. Fuck, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but with a chance to not win the game, but at least put us back in. He couldn't do it, but Barcroft, unfortunately. But yeah, I turn it on, and then absolute horror. It's not doing what it normally does. It isn't going through the motions, and I get a blue screen with white text on it, and it says that, I don't know what it said exactly, but it said that your computer has failed, or like some things have failed, installs, wasn't booting up properly, startup error, and I'm just like, oh shit, this is terrible. We lose the game 3-2 as well, so that wasn't good either. And Nicholas Barcroft getting a 9.4 rating was a little bit surprising to me. Yes, I know, I stopped talking about the story, but the story's clearly going off for too long, and I've got to get votes out of the way. 1 to Toko, 2 to Bonnie Purty, and 3 to Barcroft. There you go. But still, yeah, so anyway, continuing on. We got a game against Fulham in the FA Cup, and I'll also quickly say as well, we will be playing Anthony Straker, my favourite left-back technically from the get-go at the FA Cup, and there he is, that man. So if it wasn't for him, he'd still be, if it wasn't for me, he'd still be stuck. What I'm trying to say, he would still be stuck in the bloody League 2. Look at what I've done for him. I've been able to sell him to Fulham, he's playing in the Premier League, and yeah, absolutely no worries. And no worries as well to you, ref. You fucking give away a penalty when Davis clearly gets the ball. You fucking mug. But anyway, that's too bad. Getting too animated there. Ruiz taking the penalty. Davis was able to stop one before. Can he stop it this time? No, he can't. And Ruiz puts in the goal early on in the 27th minute. So, oh well, too bad. But anyway, continuing on with the story. Yes, I mean it this time, actually. Or at least I do this time. Valena with a shot. I'm just kidding. Alright, fuck it. I don't care what happens. It's all about the story. I turn it on. I get a blue screen. White text. It's telling me it's not working. It's not starting up. Boot up error. Okay, now I broke my promise. But have a look at that. Davis coming out and collecting. And absolutely tunneling the fuck out of Ruiz. Take it back a bit if you want. But he comes out, collects the ball, takes it in his hands, and then cleans up Ruiz. A little bit of a fuck you. That's what you get for scoring a penalty on me, you shit. But, yeah, and then this is what Ruiz sorted that. Scored a second goal. Now, I promise I'm going to keep talking. Okay, no, that's it. I'm not even going to look at the screen. I swear to God, I'm not looking at the screen right now. I promise you. So, yeah, I should be reading out votes, and I won't know. But anyway, yeah, so we come up. I see a blue screen. It says text, it's not going well. And then I'm like, oh, no. It wasn't the blue screen of death, though. So that, and besides, I think you only got that with Worcester and or XP or something like that. I don't know. But it was telling me that it was bad, and I was really nervous. I ended up saying, okay, I need to run some updates. I want to run the updates again because I had to do the startup repair. It went through. It said that the startup repair had failed, and I was like, oh, no. I restarted it, and it turned out that it still booted up. Even though it didn't do that before, it actually booted to the desktop. So I ran the updates again. 4 worked. 14 had failed, and I'm like, oh, no. And then I restarted the computer, and then it turned out I just did them again. 13 worked. No, 15 worked and 1 failed. For some reason, there were more there for some reason. And then I started, you know, before I was actually clicking on, before I actually ran the updates, I was clicking on things like Sony Vegas and my internet and like a couple of video games that I've got off of Steam. Nothing was working. It's like every driver that I had on my fucking machine just fucking died. And, yeah, so, but I was able to get them working after, restarting my computer over and over and over again with the installs. And, looking back, and we've already scored a goal. Oh, no, Blackpool we've already conceded a goal. Oh, yeah, didn't you? This goal against Tom Ince. Oh, it sucks that I took too long to say, but Ince was just dancing around my players. I think it was Benito that ended up getting around, but, like, he had moves that were quicker and it was like Ronaldo mixed with Messi, that sort of moves, like the pace and the agility on it, and just the ridiculous stance that he took. But, yeah, with a shot and able to follow up with Giuseppe Miro, so we're back now in level terms. We have lost 3 games in this one episode. That's shit. We need to get back on track and start winning games. But Tom Ince, when you do stuff like that, I mean, you legitimately make me, like, possibly maybe want to transfer you to Southend. I don't know. Would you guys like that? But anyway, we go to clear the ball. Oh, no, we don't, because it takes a deflection off one of the players. And I don't know who it was. Was it Gandolfi or one of my players had the ball, and he just didn't have enough time to clear it. Fell right back to Angel Martinez, who was the one who actually got in the way of the clearance. And, yeah, unfortunately not. Oh, well, what can we do? Basham on the ball. 2 of my players trip over. Davis is just standing there looking at the ball doing fuck all. Passes it to Tom Ince. It's an empty net. We're getting a replay of this, but look at this. 2 of my fucking players trip over themselves. Davis is looking at the ball. All he has to do is fucking fall over and pick up the ball. He can't even do that. And the pass to a player to an empty net, and it's a goal. And I think, like, I was just going through one of those patches where, okay, well, FIFA 3, it just obviously just wants to fucking fuck me, as we can see it again. 7, bloody Phillips, ends up getting a 4th goal, and unfortunately we have lost 4 games in a row, conceding 4 goals in this game. Some of them were bullshit, some of them were, oh well, probably should have played a little bit better, but I mean, fuck me, like, for example, that Tom Ince goal, nothing I can do about that. That was just ridiculous, that first one. And that 3rd goal, well, again, nothing I can do about it, but it was fucked. All my players falling over and tripping over like they uncoordinated or blind. I mean, look up, people. But, okay, votes. And I'm going to give out the votes right here, right now, for 2 games. I've never done this before. The one against Fulham, I gave 1 to Yassine Benzia, 2 to Valena, and 3 to Bostock. And for that game that we just played against Blackpool, I gave 1 vote to Murray, 2 to Edwards, and 3 to Loris Benito, even though he got made a mockery of by Ince. And have a look at this. I have been checking. I hadn't been putting in the clips, but I had been checking for weeks and weeks and weeks, because they update every week, for a scout from England that had good experience and good judgment and was worth around about $4 million or something like that margin of a scout. And I finally found one with Lewis Martin, who was in transit and will be here very soon. He's got 4-star experience and 4 and 3-star judgment, so he should be a glamour of a scout, and we'll be able to find us some quality players, hopefully, going into the Premier League. He'll definitely find me some gems from England, no doubt. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. It is time to hit your target. And do not forget, again, guys, it's just 1,000. It's going to be 1,000 like all the time. I think I might even just drop the whole your target thing. I don't know. Yeah, let me know. But yeah, I'm asking for your targets all the time. But it's just, I'm sticking with 1,000. It's just the way to go. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I'm yours again in the Masterbucks. And yeah, I actually wanted to talk to you a little bit about another story, but I'm just going to have to leave it for another time. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm yours again in the Masterbucks, and peace out. Bye-bye.